Chiefs defensive tackle Isaiah Buggs was arrested for the second time this past weekend on charges of second-degree domestic violence and second-degree assault. It is alleged that Buggs broke into Yamya Johnson's apartment, who is the mother of his child, dragged her down the stairs of her apartment. Buggs was previously booked in charges of animal cruelty in May after 2 malnourished dogs were found at a rental place in Tuscaloosa after he had moved out. One of the animals had to be euthanized. Buggs turned himself in to the Tuscaloosa police before bonding out a short time after. Investigators say Buggs was behind over $3,100 in rent on the home and was served a notice of termination on the lease. In April, according to court records, Buggs denies the allegations, saying the dogs did not belong to him and that he was unaware there were dogs in the house. Oh, man. So, JD, an offseason where, the Chiefs have been kind of scrutinized. We've talked about on the show with the whole Rice situation, us getting kind of crud in the media because we didn't do anything to punish Rice for what's going on with that. And that's still a pending thing going as well. You have the 2 old linemen who got caught with marijuana possession. And now the Chiefs are facing scrutiny in the eyes of many again if they don't act swiftly on these bugs, this bug situation. So, JD, obviously it's allegations right now, but he has been arrested for the second time. So one of the things I'm seeing for everybody, and I'm seeing Chief fans all over Twitter saying to cut loose. We don't need the drama. A guy who I think he played maybe a couple snaps with us, but for the most part hasn't really played with the Chiefs. If these charges are true, and obviously he's going through the other thing with the dog situation, and now we're coming to the mother of his child. If these charges are true, do the Chiefs just cut this guy immediately?
Should they cut him immediately? I'll say this. Obviously, you want to do a thorough investigation for everything to come out before you make a move. We understand just the optics of everything is terrible. Every bit of it, especially with the animal cruelty. For me, who has had 2 beautiful dogs that passed away on me, man. I'm an animal lover, big animal lover. That's a bad deal. And then these allegations of putting your hands on whoever this lady is, pulling down the like you said, what do you say, pulling down the steps, something like that.
Yeah, he broke in with a tire iron. That's the report. Broke in with a tire iron to the house.
In with a tire iron. Wow.
And then dragged her down the down the steps. And apparently she has bruises and scratches on her arms and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Look, when you start to have things follow you, this guy needs some help. You need to get some help around him. Sometimes, real soon. And even if the Chiefs decide to cut bait with this guy, you still try to find him some help. Like, just don't leave him on his lonesome. Like, look, man, you got some big issues going on right now. Animal cruelty and supposedly this allegations of maybe domestic violence. My thing is, if this is the situation right here, then we need to find you somebody to talk to. We need to get you in a program, get our eyes on you. You need to change your life around. Okay. Now, I'm going to be fair with all of this because when this was happening with Rashee Rice also too, he's still in this. He needs some help. He needs guidance. He needs people around him. He needs people to talk to, all those different things. And so when guys get in situations like that, you just can't leave them. I'm saying you don't leave them on their lonesome. Nobody. Okay. Marcus, if that was you, I'd be like, hey, Marcus, hey, what do I need to do to call? And hopefully you same thing with me, JD, like, hey, man, what's going on? You need somebody to talk to? What's going on? Is there somebody that we could get some help with? These things, man, is serious situations because they're affecting a lot of different people's lives and especially their life too. So that's the thing about it. I think because he was a 6th round pick, he comes here, as the way that he did, people are ready to just go ahead and cut him and release him, right? And look, I believe in grace and mercy. Guys need grace and mercy, but guys also need help. And I'm not going to be naive and think, well, shoot, everything's kumbaya. Well, shoot, some guys need the type of therapy that's wanted. This is one of them. And so until he gets his life in order, man, football might be the last thing on his mind. That's reality. Because this right here, all these situations going on that's piling up on him will get you out of the league. Okay. Then what? And the thing is, NFL and the Chiefs got to show that they care more about just playing football and you being on the football field, what you could do for them, and talk about, this man's society in itself, how you get some help to him. Okay. So it don't matter if it was Isaiah Buggs or somebody in the organization doing this. Okay. I would have the same answer for these things going on. So, but the thing is, yeah, man, this is too many distractions, way too many distractions. And like I said, man, look, Andy addressed this. And he's like, look, if everybody's not walking around here squeaky clean, and I hear some more stuff and everybody keeps coming up on these things, then y'all gonna get cut. Y'all gonna get released. And so New said, I don't know, Jason. Innocent, I agree with you. Innocent until proven guilty. He could still get some help. Innocent or, even if he's innocent of these charges, still getting some help. Why are these things following you? That's the question. And so we would have guys, one of my brothers that used to help out with the Chiefs, and he was doing like all the, collateral damage. You have liaisons that would take care of things like that. Lamont Winston was one that would be like player personnel would come in and find out what was going on with guys. You have NFL security. You have guys in the teams that would deal these things. So these guys do their own investigation too. But also, too, you have somebody, organization come straight to you and like, look, man, you got to let me know what's going on. The only way I can help you is if I know the truth of the matter, what's happening. So hopefully he's doing that. Hopefully he's reaching out and he's, at least trying to deal with this because it's important. That's important. So my thing is, innocent to proven guilty, but still you need to have the necessary avenues to get that type of help that's needed. So Charles Driver said, Bug said the cops will set him up with the dogs, but now it's his ex saying that. So I did hear something about this. Okay. Apparently Bugs had like I think a hookah spot that he opened up where he lived. And maybe he had broken a couple of ordinances a couple of times, maybe noise or, people coming in late, whatever it may be. And it said that Bugs is like, this is, they're setting me up with this whole case because they came in and saying, hey, these dogs are being neglected, this and that, yada, 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 right? So I don't know the truth of that matter. That's something he has to go into court to go deal with. Right? That's one thing. The whole other thing, as far as like the domestic thing, is something else. So now it ain't just this, and then all of a sudden you come in and you're talking about now this domestic violence and pulling your girlfriend down are the cops doing this as well? And the thing is, if this is going on with Bugs, he needs to get somebody to investigate these things that's going on too, right? Corruption. So look, innocent until proven guilty for sure, but make sure you make a case. You got to make sure you stay out of all the limelight. Get away from it all. Whatever you have to do to make sure of that. And if that's the case, you make sure you make it noted. You put it in the history. You have like I don't know, maybe a trail system that covers what you're doing, right? So you say that, man, this is what's going on with me, but this is all being a setup. So I don't know. It's their word against his, but it is all a distraction. That's what it is. So,
and that's the one thing, the one commonality. I mean, everyone's pretty much, I think, like 95% of what I've seen online is Chiefs fans saying they want him gone. And you bring up the Rashee Rice situation, and yes, what he did was reckless, and what he did was, but one of the things I've seen is, okay, we picked up Bugs in January. He played in like one game for us. And, like he's not really a contributor to his team, whereas Rice will, I guess, and looking at it, the juice isn't worth the squeeze with Bugs with his situation. Whereas Rice has shown, I mean, he's been a productive guy for our team. It's okay, we'll put up with the BS with a guy who's a contributor, but we're not going to put up with the BS with a guy who's barely even played with his team, a guy who's already been around 5 NFL teams: Pittsburgh, Raiders, Detroit, and then us. So we're the 4th team. So it's like we're not going to have distractions of the guy who's not contributing to the team. It's like kind of it's worthless to the Chiefs to do it at that point. And now it's going to become noise now, because now you lump in everything together. You lump in what Rice did this offseason, what our 2 linemen did, Wanye, and then this now. And it's like, this is like, okay, it's another thing to everything else. And it's like, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, it's a pattern in a way of, one's violence to dogs, one's violence to a woman or another person. It's kind of a pattern of this behavior. And it's like, yes, regardless if the Chiefs do cut him or keep him, which I do think, just to get away from the distraction, if stuff is true, you do away with it. But I'm sure NFLPA has resources they can allocate to help out players if they are going through some rough stuff.
100%, and that's what I was going to say next is then he needs to get in contact with the NFLPA. He's getting in contact with the team, security guys, police officers on the team, and talk to them about everything that's going on. So the NFL has resources. If he feels like he's being set up and everything doesn't look rosy, then he can definitely deal with it. He absolutely can. The question goes into, does this go into, like you were saying, a pattern? The different teams he's played with, is this something that they've known? It was like they was ready to get rid of him for. And so, like you said, somebody said he's not too much noise for 0 plays or snaps. Yo, it's got to go. Hey, man, treat everybody fair, but you don't treat everybody the same. That's the reality of it. Justin, that's how it works in the NFL. You treat everybody fair, but not everybody's the same. So Rashee Rice is going to have a little bit more leeway. Guys, a 6th-round pick that's been around the league for 2 or 3 different teams, they're going to cut him. They're going to let him go. And so, especially if you can't prove that these things are happening to you, then they ain't got no time for that. And even he might want to say, well, look, maybe I need some time off because these things are going on with me. I need to get these things in order. So I think that's what has to happen, man. But to be honest, the whole scope of it is really bad optics. We don't want no more stuff happen with the Chiefs, man. What else needs to go on? I mean, honestly, this has been, when I'm talking about, a roller coaster of week in, week out, or every week, every month, something new is popping off. The Chiefs, man. Enough of that, man. So I'm sure, and like I said, Andy's made it clear. If y'all get into any more mess, then your butt is gone. You're out of here. Period. I don't care. He'll say, I don't care who you are. Well, other people's got, the past, and that some others don't. So,
yeah, it's a really unfortunate situation. But I mean, it's a distraction, kind of what we said. The juice isn't worth the squeeze at this point. A guy who's played no snaps for us. Because I have people who aren't Chief fans ask me, what's going on with your organization? It's like, okay, I was like, let's relax here. This guy was signed a couple months ago. Okay, he barely played with us. Signed him in January after he was cut by the Lions. It's not an organizational thing. This guy literally came to the door. Some guys, are dealing with different things, But I mean, it's not a Chiefs organizational thing. It's a really bad. It looks awful. I'm not gonna lie about that. The optics, like you said, it looks horrible. It looks like we just don't care at all about anything. But it's just bad timing in a lot of these things.
Look, man, these are grown men, okay? These are grown men with lives. They make a decision. Everything is their decision. It's conscious decision about what they're doing. Rashee Rice made the decision about it. It was boneheaded. It was a stupid play. It was stupid. It's a stupid call. He's an adult. He was grown. He's got to deal with the consequences, just like everybody else, like Wanye, the other guy, like Bugs, like everybody you got to deal with the consequences of what you do and what you say, okay? And so it's just being whirlwind after whirlwind of things happening. So he's grown people. You can't hold your hand on everything. Can't do it. So you got to police yourself. So if you want to play in this league, you see this right here, this logo, NFL, you want to play here, police yourself. Get yourself in order. How about that? Okay, I'm going to leave it there with it, Marcus.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Now I'm going to my whole coaches, man. We ain't got time for that. Gotta let you go. All right. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, all right, you're gonna kick yourself off.
Yeah, right there with you. And plus, like you said, like even if you want to even compare the Rice and Bug situation, well, one, there's no pattern here. Obviously, the reports came out like after this whole thing happened this summer that Rice had stuff, red flags coming out of college, but we didn't hear about this till now. But one's coming off his first year. This guy's been in the league for a long time. It's not apples to apples. Oh, they're both like young guys, coming out of college. They don't really know how to handle the limelight of being professionals. Well, this guy's been around for 4 or 5 years now, so it's like
5 years. He's got 5 years that he's played, so that's where he is. So, yeah, he knows better. He absolutely knows better. So that's how it works, man. That's how it works. NFL not for long. If you shoot yourself in the foot, you sabotage your own career. It's on you. It's on you. They can only help you so much. At that certain point, man, you got to get it together yourself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.